My name is Gautam Ankar from Ganesh Nagar MPS, Secondary School, Kandivali West. Chapter number 14, Substance in Common Use. Up to this date, we have seen about the common substances around us. Then we discussed their uses, the properties, etc. Also, we discussed the definition of salt, examples of salt, numerous examples of salt, then pH. Then yesterday we discussed about the radioactive substance, theory of radioactive substance, the definition, types of radiation, experiment based on the radiation, then its characteristics, uses, properties, hazards due to radiation, etc. Now today, a new topic, that is some chemical substance in day-to-day life. Now, other than the salt, radiation, there are numerous other examples of chemicals also we use in our day-to-day life. Those chemical substances are found in food, clothes, drinks, etc. So those chemical substance we are going to study here. The food that we eat, objects like clothes, utensils, watches, medicines, and other objects are made from various kinds of matter. These affects our health directly or indirectly. Now, the food, object, clothes, utensils, watch, medicine, all of these are made up of some chemical substance, and somehow they affect our life directly or indirectly. Now, the market is looks very luxurious, very colorful. Okay, so this attractive market and attractive clothes are made up of very chemical substance. Are they prepared chemically? Okay, so there presents a chemical substance in it, so which however affects our daily routine. Now, food color and essence. Food colors are mixed in most soft drink and foodstuff available in the market. These food colors are in the form of powder, gel, and paste. Food colors are in domestic as well as commercial products. Certain colors and essence are added to ice cream, ice candies, sauce, fruit juice, cold drink, pickles, jam, jelly. Food colors are often found to be added to a packed meat, chicken, mutton, etc. Chili powder, turmeric, sweets, and other similar substances so as to give them a good color. Now, once we go to the market, we see a colorful and very luxurious and very attractive food kept in inside of the restaurant or in a hotel or etc. So those colorful food are actually mixed with a food color, and obviously those food colors are made up of certain chemical substance. Those food color are in any form, like powder form, in gel form, or in paste form. And those food colors can use as at commercial level or at in home also as a domestic. Those food colors are found in ice cream. Since ice cream are very colorful to attract the customers, the ice cream maker uses food color to attract the customers. Then ice candies, sauce, fruit juice. Juice are also very colorful. Cold drinks, pickles. The pickles color used in pickles or the chemical used in the pickles is to prevent it or keep it for a long time and looks attractive and smells good. Then jam, jelly, etc. Now, food color can be added into various foods like packed chicken, mutton, chili powder, turmeric, sweets, etc. Now, harmful effects of artificial food color. Now, what are those harmful effects does a food color affect on our body? Food color added to pickle, jam, and sauce contains small quantity of lead and mercury. A few years back, the Maggi available in the market get banned due to the presence of lead. Lead is the element which causes health cancer or health issue. So the Maggi get completely banned due to the lead present in it. So similar lead chemical is also found in pickle, jam, and sauce also. So these are very harmful. These can be harmful for those who consume this product on regular basis. Whoever takes these products regularly, which products? Pickle, jam, and sauce, etc. Those contains lead and mercury are harmful because those affect our health. Disease like ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, can affect children due to excessive consumption of food with added food color. Now, excess food color, if added in the food, and those and these foods, if get eaten by a children, so they causes a disease called ADHD. So, fast food or street food are very luxurious and attractive for the children, but those are harmful as they causes ADHD disease. ADHD means attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, in which a student cannot get attention, cannot pay attention in the class due to this disease. So this disease is caused due to only the food color present in the food. Next topic is dye, color. Now the colored substance which on applying to an article imparts that color to the article is called a dye. Dye means coloring. So what is actually dye is a colored substance which imparts its color to the article or any object in which it is applied, to which it is applied. So this is called a dye. Dye is soluble in water and insoluble in oil. Mordant is used to fix the color after dyeing a cloth. Plants are the main source of color for preparing a natural dye. Roots, leaves, flower, bark, fruit, seeds, fungus, and pistils are used for making dyes. In Kashmir, a very good dye is made from saffron, which is used to dye fibers from which saris, shawl, dresses are made. These are very costly. Many people are engaged in this occupation as their means of earning a livelihood. The use of henna leaves to color hair is safe for health. Now, dye the colorful objects like clothes or any object material looks very colorful. Where these colors come from? Actually, we have to paint or we have to color those material to look beautiful. So we have to dye it. Now, where from dye comes from? The dyes come from the plants. Plant is a main source of color. So the roots of a plant, leaves, flower, bark, fruit, seeds, fungus, and pistils are some of the ways from which we can obtain color. There are certain examples also given. In Kashmir, very good dye is made from saffron. Now, saffron is very costly substance, but color is made from those saffrons. Since the saffron is very costly, so the color made from saffron is also costly, which is applied to the saris, shawl, and dresses. So those dresses also get very costly, which is made up from the saffron color. But the color, the occupation to which the people engaged in those occupations gives them a livelihood since they earn the money from this occupation. Henna leaves is good for health since coloring the hair or the mehendi we draw on our hand, the mehendi which is made from henna leaves. Actually, the henna leaves, the mehendi made up from the henna leaves or coloring hair from the henna leaves is healthy. But since we buy it from a market, market contains chemically prepared mehendi, so this is not good for health. But if we made it from henna leaves actually collected from the field or from jungle or forest, etc., and made it, this is healthy for us. Next, artificial colors. William Henry Perkin invented an artificial dye in 1856. Artificial dyes are classified into many types on the basis of chemical properties and solubilities. Petroleum products and minerals are used in these dyes. Now, along with the natural dyes, which are made up from the plants, root, leaves, flowers, stem, bark, etc., another type of color also obtained by artificially from chemically, and which is discovered by William Henry Perkins. In 1856, Perkins discovered that color are also obtained artificially. The colors are classified into many types on the basis of chemical properties and solubilities. Okay, so petroleum product also gives some color. I am here given some of few examples. So in a beaker, there is a petroleum product which gives a color. The above one is the saffron flowers and a man working in the field of saffron agriculture. And the threads colored are kept in sun uh, to get it beautiful color. We regularly use artificial color on Rang Panchami, decorating the house by painting. The red color used on Rang Panchami is very dangerous. It contains a high portion of mercury in it. This poses risks like blindness, skin cancer, asthma, itching of the skin, permanent blocking of sweat pores, etc. Therefore, it is necessary that artificial colors are used cautiously. Now, we use color many times, like on occasion for Rangoli or for colors we played on Rang Panchami. But we have to keep some awareness about the color we are using, since we are purchasing the color from the market. So that color is made from chemicals like mercury, etc. Those are harmful for the health. So more color we used on Holi, in which if we are using red color contain high portion of mercury in it. So those proportion of mercury causes skin cancer, even blindness. If the color goes into the human's eyes, it gives total blindness to it. Asthma, respiration problems it causes, itching of the skin, permanent blocking of sweat pores, etc. So the artificial colors can be used very cautiously, otherwise we get health problem. Next one is uses and adverse effect. They are used for coloring clothes and hair. Fluorescent colors are used to make boards that are visible at night. Now, chemical color can be used in clothes, hair, etc. Also for the visible light. Dyes are used to polish leather shoes, purse, chappals, etc. Everything looks colorful around us are actually colored by something, either chemical color or dyes. Okay. And adverse effect. Dyeing hair can have adverse effect like hair fall, damage to hair structure, burning of skin, adverse effect on eyes, etc. Now, regularly dyeing a hair coloring hair causes certain disease or causes some harmful effects on human body. It may damage hair structure. It may burn the skin, as I shown in the image given above. The skin damage due to the coloring of hairs. It burns the skin. Also, it affects our eyes. Next one, lipstick contain a dye named carmine. It does not affect lips but causes stomach disorder. Now, lipstick also very colorful. More the color, more luxurious or more attractive its look. But lipstick contain carmine. Carmine is chemical. It contains carmine dye in it. It does not show a harmful effect on our lives. But if once that carmine goes inside our stomach, it causes stomach disorder, stomach pain, stomach cancer, vomiting, etc. Stomach itching, etc. Diseases it causes on carmine if carmine goes inside our stomach. Excessive use of plants for making natural dye results in deterioration of the environment. Now, if we use more number of plants for the dye purpose, we have to cut more number of plants. Therefore, deforestation occurs. Plants get cutted for making a dye, which is not environment friendly, which is also affect our environment. Next one is deodorant. Now, deodorant is a good smelling substance we use for clothes or our body, etc. Now, this is also made up of chemical. So, through this way also chemical goes inside our body. Body odor is caused by the bacterial decomposition of the sweat. A deodorant is used to prevent this odor. Now, what happened? Body odor is caused by the bacterial decomposition of the sweat. Now, everyone feels sweet on their body. Now, though if the sweat occurs on our body, bacteria present on our body causes smell, bad smell. So, to avoid this bad smell, we use deodorant. Okay, to prevent this bad odor or bad smell, we use deodorant. We purchase it from the market. So everybody likes a fragrant deodorant to remain fresh whole day. If we use deodorant, we remain fresh all the whole day since it gives good fragrant, good smell. But school children use deo on large scale. This large scale use of deo in adolescence is a result of the advertisement shown on the television. Now, school children, college children use more number of or more deodorant on large scale. This is due to only the advertisement shown on TV as they show the attraction, as they show the freshness in whole day, etc. Due to their advertisement, it affects school children and they buy the deo on large scale and they use it. Deodorant contain parabens like methyl, ethyl, propyl, benzyl, and butyl, etc. And also alcohol in a large proportion. Aluminium compounds and silica are also used. Now, how deodorant is made up of? Now, deodorant is made up of cert certain parabens and alcohol. Parabens like methyl, ethyl, propyl, benzyl, and butyl, and it contain alcohol also with aluminium and silica compound. Now, there are types of deodorant. First one is ordinary deo. Now, ordinary deo, it contains small proportion of aluminium and decrease the odor of the sweat. Now, ordinary deo contains aluminium in it, small proportion of aluminium, and it actually decreases the odor of sweat. Another type of deodorant is antiperspirant deo. Antiperspirant deo, it defines as this decrease the excess of sweating. It contains about 15% of aluminium chlorohydrate. It clogs the sweat pores on the skin. The first one, ordinary deo, actually decrease the sweat smell, but antiperspirant deo, it makes the pores through from which the sweat come out of the body, it block that pore. Antiperspirant deo actually block the pores through, so the sweat didn't come out of our body. And third one deo is clinical deo. Some people sweat heavily and it is harmful effects on the skin. Clinical DO is meant for such people. It contains 20 to 25% aluminum. It is used during the night. Now, those people which sweat very on high scale or high level, the clinical DO is used for those people, and it is used in night, which contains 20 to 25% of aluminum. So this is about the deodorant. Deodorant is used to reduce body smell, and these are three types: ordinary deo, antiperspirant deo, and clinical deo. Ordinary deo reduce the sweet smell, antiperspirant deo blocks the sweet pores, and clinical deo used by the doctors to prevent the excess sweating. Next one is Teflon. Teflon is used for coating cooking utensils and industrial equipment to avoid sticking. It is the polymer of tetrafluoroethane ethylene. Roy J. Plunkett discovered it in 1938. Its chemical name is polytetrafluoroethane C2H4N. Now we know the object is coated. Objects are coated. The more coating object we see on our kitchen, utensils we use for cooking purpose is coated, as we know, the non-sticking utensils, the oil and water and any food didn't stick to that coating object, coating utensils. So these coated material are actually known as Teflon. So Teflon is a coating material made up from some chemical substance. Uh, those chemical substance are looks luxurious, attractive, colorful, and used for non-stick purpose. Means the weighty substance didn't stick to it, so it is useful. The Teflon, the chemical name is polytetrafluoroethane, and it is discovered by J.K. Plunkett. Now its properties: the atmosphere and chemical substance have no effect on Teflon. Now, Teflon is such a good substance that atmosphere and chemical substance do not affect it. Neither water nor oil will stick to Teflon coated articles. High temperature do not affect Teflon as its melting point is 327 degrees Celsius. Now, 327 degrees Celsius temperature is very high, so which do not affect the Teflon. Teflon coated articles are easy to clean since the things, wetted things, oils and water do not stick to it. Therefore, it is easy to use, easy to clean. Its uses: Teflon is a poor conductor of electricity. Therefore, Teflon cladded wires and parts are used in high technology electronic instruments. Now, electronic metal wires are coated with certain materials. Teflon is best to get coated with because Teflon is a poor conductor, bad conductor of electricity. Teflon do not conduct electricity. So to prevent to get a shock from a electric wire, we have to coat the wire by Teflon so we do not get short circuit or shock from the electric shock from those, because it is bad conductor, it do not give electric effect. It is used for making non-stick kitchenware. Kitchen utensils are made from a Teflon made material since it is non-sticky. The colored metal sheet of two-wheeler and four-wheeler are given a Teflon coating to protect them from damage due to high temperature and rain. Now the cars and the bikes are looks very good, attractive and luxurious, shines and gives protection from high rain and high temperature. So they are coated with Teflon like substance over it to avoid the rain and temperature and gives good color and smoothness to the substance. So this is the Teflon, its property and uses. Next one is powder coating. Powder coating is a method of applying a layer harder than paint on the surface of an iron object to protect rusting. Now, to prevent substance from rusting, we coat it or we paint it. So this is the type of painting process, powder coating. In powder coating, the powder coating is a method of applying a layer harder than paint on the surface of iron object to protect rusting. Now rust or corrosion destroy the objects, iron objects. So to prevent the rusting or corrosion of iron, we have to coat it. So the coating is made by powder coating is harder than paint. In this method, a polymer resin, a pigment and some other ingredients are mixed, cooled and ground into a uniform powder. This powder is sprayed on the polished metal surface by electrostatic spray deposition. In this method, particles of the powder are given an electrostatic charge due to which a uniform layer of the powder stick to the metal surface. Then the object is heated in oven along with the coating. A chemical reaction occurs in the layer resulting in the formation of long cross-linked polymeric chain. This powder coating is highly durable, hard and attractive. Powder coating can be done on plastic and medium density fibers poured into day-to-day use as a well. Powder coating is a method of applying a layer on any metal surface. In this method, polymer resin or pigment and some other ingredients are melt and mixed. Some chemical substance mixed together, cooled and ground into a uniform powder, grained into the uniform powder. The chemical substance mixed together very well, and a powder is made from those mixed chemical. Those powder is sprayed on the surface of metal. Once the powder is sprayed, the method used for spreading a powder onto the metal surface is known as electrostatic spray deposition, ESD. So electrostatic spray deposition is a method in which a colored powder is sprayed on the metal surface. In this method, particles of the powder are given electrostatic charge due to which uniform layer of powder stick to the metal surface. The powder sprayed on the uh, metal surface is given a charge, so they stick harder, and once the layer form, then the object is heated over in the over along with coating. Then once the powder sprayed on the metal surface, it heated and cooled. A chemical, then there occurs a chemical reaction in layer, and harder chemical layer formed over the metal surface, which is highly durable. It lasts for a long time, hard, and also looks attractive. Powder coating can be done on plastic and medium density fiber also. Pla- Powder coating is also done on plastic and fiber also along with the metal into day-to-day use as well. Anodizing. Anodizing is another method to coat the metal surfaces. A protective layer is formed naturally on the surface of metal by reaction with oxygen in air. In the anodizing process, this layer can be made of the desired thickness. Anodizing is done by electrolysis. Diluted acid is taken in the electrolysis cell and the aluminum particles is dipped in it as anode. When the electric current is passed, hydrogen gas is released at the cathode and the oxygen gas at anode. A reaction with oxygen occurs and layer of hydrated aluminum oxide is formed on the anode, that is iron article. This layer can be made attractive by adding color in the cell during the electrolysis process. We use anodized cooking utensils like bridle and cookers. The question is why? Now to understand anodizing, first understand the figure diagram given on the left right side. Anodizing process. in which there are two red electrodes shown. One is anode and another one is cathode. The blue one is anode and red one are cathode. So blue one anode are actually a job work on whichever material we have to put a color on, make it as an anode by connecting a battery to it, and there also kept another electrodes as a cathode. Okay, so now what happen in the anodizing process, this layer can be made by desired thickness. Whatever the thick layer we want, we can made of it, and the dilute acid is taken. David, 30, 30, 56. Boys 56, girls 30. We are discussing about the anodizing method. There is acid or vessel in which those electrodes get dipped inside it. Then there are two types of electrode, cathode and anode. Anode is actually a job work. Job work means whichever material we have to paint, make it as an anode. This is the anode. The material we have to paint is anode, on which the color we have to put is anode. The following figure gives are the examples on which the anodizing process is actually applied. There are some certain rods, metal rods, which are made up or colored by the process of anodizing. There is actually a reaction between hydrogen and oxygen. Next one is ceramic. Now everyone knows ceramic. These are actually a pots. Ceramic is a hard resistant substance formed by kneading an inorganic substance in a water and then shaping it and hardening it by heating. Pots made by potter, Mangalore roofing tiles, construction bricks, pottery, terracotta articles are some examples of a common ceramic articles that we see around. See how beautiful this pottery is. It is made up of ceramic, very colorful, hard, strong, and luxurious, attractive, etc. This pottery looks like. Now, how they are made up by? They are made up by certain chemicals used in it, certain sand, types of sand, etc. The first one is porcelain. Porcelain is a type of ceramic. This is a hard, translucent, and white colored ceramic. It is made by using the white clay called kaolin found in China. Okay, so the sand found in China called kaolin is used for making a porcelain. Glass granite and mineral feldspar is mixed with kaolin and kneaded with water. So the process is given here. First, the glass granite mineral feldspar is mixed with kaolin and kneaded with water. Water mixed in it. After mixing water, what happened? The resulting mixture is shaped and fired in a kiln at a temperature of 1200 to 1450 degrees Celsius. Okay, after kneading and giving it shape, a desired shape, whatever shape of object we want. Okay, we want cup, we want flat dish, etc. Give it a shape and kept in the fire at a temperature 1200 to 1450 degrees Celsius. On firing again after glazing, beautiful article of porcelain are obtained. Good article we get. Another type of ceramic is bone china. Bone china is made by adding some ash of animal bone in the mixture of china clay, feldspar, and fine silica while making porcelain. This ceramic is harder than porcelain. Porcelain is soft and bone china is hard. Now, how the bone china is made? In bone china, along with the china clay, feldspar, and silica, animal bones are crushed, animal bones are used. Okay, so it is becomes hard. Another topic is advanced ceramic and use of ceramic. Oxides like alumina, Al2O3, zirconia, ZrO2, silica, SiO2, and some other compounds like silicon carbide, boron carbide, before C are used instead of clay for making advanced ceramic. This ceramic requires a temperature of 1600 to 1800 degrees Celsius and an oxygen-free atmosphere for firing. This process is called sintering. Sintering is making object hot and cool, pressing it and for giving uh, it kept it into the temperature. So press and temperature rise. Press and temperature rise gives is known as the sintering process. So uses of ceramic. Ceramics can withstand high temperature without decomposition. The products made of ceramics or pots or whatever the objects material made of these ceramics are actually withstand high temperature. Okay, they do not broke in high temperature. Second one is ceramic is a brittle, water resistance, and are electrically insulator. So ceramics are insulator, though do not conduct electricity. So therefore, it is used in electrical appliances also, like switches and fused are made of cover on the electric material is made by this ceramic because of its bad conducting electricity property. Therefore, it is used in electrical instruments for coating the interior of kiln, the outer surface of ships, and blades of jet engine. A certain type of ceramic tiles are fixed on the outer layer of space shuttle. Some types of ceramics are used as superconductor also. Okay, so in this way we have learned about the topics today we discussed. Let us revise what we have discussed today. We discussed various topics, that is food color, the luxurious food color or attractive food color we see on a market or used at our home for making cake, pastries, ice cream, candies, chocolates, etc., juice, drinks, etc. Use food colors, but those food colors are very harmful to our health since it causes skin cancer, hair fall, hair damage, skin damage, cancer, and HD, HDC disease in children, etc. Okay. Then we saw another topic, dye. Dye is a color, dyeing any object, coloring the object, which also contains chemical. There is a competition between the big commercial companies, multinational companies, to show their product very attractive. So makes them to use chemicals on high proportion. So maximum use of chemical or use of chemical on high scale actually makes the product chemical active chemically active and which harms our body. So dyeing, we use a dye to color the clothes, to color the hairs, to color the dress, etc. The dyes are of two types. We obtain from natural as a natural dye, and we also obtain it from the chemically from petroleum product, etc. So the saffron dye made from saffron is very costly. The Kashmir people makes a dye from saffron is very costly, which can apply on the shawl, dress, etc. Then the color we used on certain festivals like Holi, coloring water, etc. We have to cautious about the use of color since it contains chemical, so that do not causes the health problems. So we have to cautious about it since red color contain mercury, which causes the uh, skin diseases. Next one is we also saw certain examples and uses of color and its effects on our body. It causes hair color we use to hair to color the hair causes skin cancer, burning of skin, damage the skin, etc. Next topic we learned today is deodorant. To stop the sweating smell from our body, we use deo or perfume. So those deodorant or perfume we use actually is a chemical. So more we use the chemical, more the chemical goes inside our body and causes disease. So to prevent the disease caused from these perfumes and deodorant, we have to stop the use of it. Since TV advertisement shows its great use and in luxurious attractive way, but we have to think over it and we have to stop its use since it contains much chemical compounds which causes harmful effects on our body. The deodorant are of three types: ordinary deo, antiperspirant deo, and clinical deo. Next topic we learn today is Teflon coating. The materials are coated by certain layers. Plastic layers are nothing but a Teflon. Its chemical name is polytetrafluorethene. Polytetrafluoroethene compound is used to make a Teflon substance which used to coat the objects like kitchenware. In kitchen utensils are coated with this Teflon for making a non-stick utensils. The oil and water do not get stick to those substances. Another use of Teflon is used in electrical appliances to on covering the electrical wires, metal wires, uh, which blocks the current and which do not give shocks if we touch to the wire by our naked hand. Then another topic we learned is powder coating. So this comes under as a types of coating. One type is either use a Teflon to cover the surface of metal. Another one is powder coating or spray coating, in which chemical mix together grind and makes a fine powder. Those powders then by certain process, spraying process, get attached, stick to the metal surface, which on hardening get stronger attachment to the metal, which gives colorful, luxurious look and also gives hard surface to prevent the rusting and corrosion. Another one process we discuss is anodizing method. Anodizing method is electrical method to paint the objects, metal material, metal objects, in which we have to undergo some chemical process. In a in a container, we have to take two electrodes. One is the object on which we have to color. Another one is electrodes on passing the current through these electrodes. The solution color attached to the metal surface. In this way, the elect metals are get colored by anodizing process. Next topic we learn is ceramic. So ceramics are pots, tiles, etc. we see which breaks easily because it is brittle but looks very attractive and have many use in our day-to-day life. So ceramics are nothing but a hard resisting substance by made by kneading an inorganic substance in water, shaping it and hardening by heating. So in short, ceramics are a substance, hard substance, which are needed means on mixing water mud like a structure it get, which can be shaped in any shape, which can be converted into any shape in pot, dish, cup, mug, etc. Then on hardening by heat it, it gets a good color and can be used anywhere. Pots made by potter, mangrove roofing tiles, construction bead, pottery, terracotta. These are examples of ceramics. Porcelain is a type of ceramic. Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.